Today, a huge march took place in Mexico City that went from one of the peripheral parts of Cuernavaca, which is about 60 miles away from Mexico City, to the Mexico City center, Zocalo. And that march was triggered by the death of a well known poet who was apparently killed by the drug lords. And this has generated a lot of interest in whether this is going to lead to a social movement in Mexico against the drug violence. Unfortunately, this is something that we have seen happening before. For example, when I first came to Mexico City back in 1997, there was a big march that took place against what the government called the impunity against the law that was taking place then. And in fact, in that march, the current president of Mexico, Felipe Calderon, was marching along with others. And in that march, down in the center of the city, police were taking pictures of all the marchers. And a lot of people thought this would lead to some sort of reprisal by the government or something of that nature. A few years later, there was another march that took place again of similar thing. We have had 4 large marches over the past 14 years. None of them have led to any large social movement sustained over the long time. Why is that? The reason is that Mexico has very little civic society activities in political matters. And for good reason, most people would not want to go against something that affects the interests of the drug lords, mainly because this can actually mean a matter of life and death. And that's not something most people think about very casually. So I do not expect a great deal to come out of this. There will be a lot of noise in the media for the next few days, few weeks, and eventually it will die down, and the main activities of the drug lords will unfortunately keep on happening. So I do not see any long-term effect of this particular march.